Good evening, viewers. This is your anchor Kekrizanyo Solo. You're now watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time. A big development in Manipur issue is coming in right now. President's rule is very likely to be imposed in Manipur as there is no consensus on the chief ministers who will take Biren Singh's place as of now. According to sources, Biren Singh will remain the caretaker CM. It is also said BJP is not looking to form the government right away. BJP Manipur in charge Sambit Patra along with some MLA are said to have met the governor just a while ago. We will now be joined by our correspondent Mubasir Raji to discuss further on this matter. Hello Mubasir.
Yes.
Hello Mubasir, thank you for joining us first of all. Before we get into the main topic, can you please give us the latest updates or the latest whatever is going on there in the state as of now regarding the president's rule, and because according to sources, it is said that president's rule is likely to be imposed in the state.
For last 2 days, Sambit Patra is continuously meeting different MLAs belonging to different parties of NDA. However, so far no group of MLAs has been able to claim to the governor that they wanted to form the government, saying that we have the majority with us and we wanted to form the government. So people are speculating at the moment that president rule might probably be imposed in Manipur. However, there is no official confirmation as yet. We saw Mr. Sambit Patra along with some MLAs went inside Governor Rajbhavan, and then he went out. He come out and go to the Chief Minister and Biren Singh residence. So all sort of political activities are going on at the moment. MLAs belonging to different political parties are meeting up, and they are discussing different issues in Manipur. When we talk to the MLAs when they come out of this hotel Impal in the day, some MLAs claim that BJP will probably decide about a new chief minister candidate in a day or two time. However, so far no consensus among the MLAs about who will be the next ministers and things like that.
Yes, all right, Mbasi, the BJP not coming up with a name to fill the position for the chief ministerial post also shows that there is a huge and major disunity even among the party. So what do you have to say about this?
Definitely, there is a measure, measure disunity within the party. There is no doubt about it. There is one main reason why Chief Minister and Biren Singh was forced to resign from his Chief Minister post. Because a majority of MLAs within the party were, were decided, that they will not support Biren Singh. So there is a disunity within the party. There is no doubt about it. However, looking at the fact that Manipur has recently gone through some extremely troublesome times. Nobody wanted to actually took charge of the chief minister. That is one reason. Another reason is, the matter is to be decided by the central government. So far, there is no discussion about Manipur in the center. Probably, they were busy with, the recent election in Delhi and other stuff. So far, no discussion about Manipur in the center. That is one big reason why there is no decision on Manipur. Yes, back to you.
Right, Mubasir. Although there is no official information on this, though, the talk is there's a huge talk going on about the president's rule likely to be imposed. So has there been any protests from the current government's state BJP's party regarding the president's rule which might likely be implemented or imposed?
Well, so far, no protest from the BJP or other. Yes, as far as opposition Congress is concerned, they said they will not oppose. They don't want president rules, and they will welcome their president K. Meghasandra. State President K. Meghasandra has just 1 or 2 days back said that they will welcome a popular government instead of president rule or this animated suspension. However, other than that, from the BJP, whom whomever we have talked today or yesterday, they said whatever decision taken by the party high command will be acceptable to everyone. And so far, no objection from the any of the BJP sources. Whether it is party functionary or whether it is the MLAs, we talked to different MLAs today, but none of them said that they will protest or they will raise any objection if center decided to impose president rule, animated suspension, or they in fact some MLA openly said that they will openly support whoever is the ministerial candidate chosen by the central government. So the ball lies in the court of the center. So it is up to the central government to decide whether president rule is to be imposed, animated suspension is to be imposed, or a new chief minister is going to be elected. Yes, back to you.
So sources have also confirmed that Manipur BJP is not going to form a government by choosing the next CM. So what lies next now for the stakeholders of the state, and
well,
what can we expect? What can we expect if the president's rule is actually imposed?
Well, at the moment, at the moment, it's largely, speculation. There is no official confirmation about the president rule. First thing. Second thing, we cannot say that, BJP will not choose a ministerial candidate. They can choose today itself also, in the late night itself also. So anytime they can, make an announcement about a new chief ministerial candidate, if and when required. So we cannot altogether, reject the idea that the new chief minister will be chosen from among the MLAs in the BJP itself. However, as far as if the president rule is concerned, if the president rule is imposed, in some section are welcoming the president rule, as particularly people belonging to Kuki communities. They are demanding president rule right from the very beginning of this the riot in Manipur in the way back in 2024. So they are welcoming the president rule if it is imposed. And other than that, in Delhi area, mostly, people are against president rule, because on several occasions in the past, president rule was imposed in Manipur, and people reacted very, people reaction was not good. In a sense that, people often, show objection to president rules. However, at the moment, looking at the fact that, Manipur has recently gone through some troublesome time, and there are many groups,
Right, Mubasir. Mubasir, I'd also like to ask you one question. The BJP Manipur in charge, Sambit Patra, along with some MLA, are said to have met the governor just a while ago. Are there any updates on the meeting? Are there any new developments regarding that?
We waited for almost 1 hour outside the governor residence, and when they come out, when they go inside, Sambit Patra said that they will give media bite after coming out. However, after coming out, they rushed. They were somewhere in a rush, and they refused to give the media bite. However, we got the feeling that some urgent meetings are some urgent consultation are going on within the BJP or within the different stakeholders at the moment. That is one reason why they have to they have to go out of Raj Bhavan in such a hurry. So we are not sure what actually was being discussed inside the Raj Bhavan. But at the moment, we get the feeling that the governor might perhaps recommended that the president rule should be imposed. President rule or this animated suspension should be imposed. The process will be the procedure will be the governor, the Manipur governor, will give the recommendation to the central government, that is to the president, and when the president if the president give consent, only then we can say that president rule is officially imposed. Until then, it's all speculation. So we cannot officially till now there is no imposition of president rule in Manipur at the moment. Yes, back to you.
Sources have also confirmed that the now resigned ex-chief minister N. Biren Singh will be serving as the caretaker if president's rule is imposed. So how are the stakeholders and the public reacting to this? Are there any reaction? Are there any protests?
So far, no reaction. However, I don't think I think in the case of animated suspension, Biren Singh will be definitely asked to be a caretaker chief minister. However, however, if president rule is imposed, there will not be a caretaker chief minister. I think because the assembly will be dissolved if president rule is imposed. So there are many possibilities at the moment. Biren Singh might still be caretaker chief minister, but he will not be he will not be not as influential, or the power, the actual power will lie in the hand of governor or the central government. So whether Chief Minister and Biren Singh will be asked to remain as caretaker Chief Minister or not is immaterial at the moment. The fact that he resigned and there is a process for choosing a new Chief Minister it is what people are discussing at the moment. Yes, back to you.
Asif, before we wrap up, give us a ground zero update of how the situation is there in the state right now.
Since the Chief Minister and Biren Singh tender, since the day Chief Minister and Biren Singh tender his resignation, the entire Impal city is being on a high security alert. A large number of security forces are being stationed at different areas like Kangla Gate, at Governor Gate, at Kangskai Thampat, etc. There is a huge presence of security apparatus. The different roads are being barricaded, and the state is on high alert. There is no doubt about it. But as far as political activities are concerned, there are a lot of political activities going on in last 2 days, and it's still going on. Yes, back to you.
Are there any other updates that you'd like to tell us?
I think in a few 1 or 2 hour time, we will be able to get a clear picture whether the governor has actually recommended for this president rule or this animated suspension. So we need to wait for just few more hours. Yes, back to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mubasir, for joining us. Stay connected to us and keep on giving us the updates as the story develops.
Thank you.
There was on the resignation of the now resigned ex-chief minister of Manipur, and the president's rule likely to be imposed in the states. We will be updating you more on that matter.
Sexually transmitted infections like syphilis and HIV can be transmitted from mother to child. Get tested within the first 3 months of pregnancy.
क्या आप जानते हैं कि देश में हर दिन 6000 से भी अधिक लोग साइबर अपराधियों के हाथों करोड़ रुपया गंवा रहे हैं। साइबर अपराधियों की चालों से बचना है अगर आपको, तो उनसे 2 कदम आगे रहना होगा। आज ही फॉलो कीजिए गृह मंत्रालय का ऑफिशियल सोशल मीडिया हैंडल साइबर दोस्त। फिर भी अगर आप शिकार बन जाएं तो बिना देर किए कॉल कीजिए 1930 पर, या अपनी कंप्लेंट जो है उसे दर्ज करें यहाँ www.cybercrime.gov.in पर। ध्यान रहे, स्टॉप, think, and then take action.
Welcome back. Heading on to the next news. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal on Tuesday outlined India's ambitious technological and infrastructural roadmap at the India-Israel Business Forum, emphasizing rapid advancements in 5G connectivity, infrastructure expansion and public welfare programs. He said by end of calendar 26, the entire country would be working only on 5G. The indigenous technology for 6G for telecom connectivity has already begun to develop. Goyal also said, highlighting that the universal access to electricity and digital connectivity, with 160 million households already receiving clean drinking water through tap connections as well as free ration being distributed across the country. Reaffirming India's position as the fastest growing large economy, Goyal expressed confidence that this momentum will continue for years, fueled by strong infrastructure investment and economic policies.
Of 5G connectivity anywhere in the world, and I think by end of calendar 26, the entire country would be working only on 5G. We have already started developing our indigenous technology for 6G, for telecom connectivity. On every sphere, we make sure that 800 million people in the country get free food grains. Many of them may not even need it. They may be in the lower end of the middle class. But we still thought it's important to make sure that no child ever sleeps hungry for want of food. In fact, during COVID, we had doubled down on it. We had doubled the entitlement to each of these 800 million people for 28 months during COVID. The idea being that if there's any delay with all the disruptions, people would still have enough at home to make sure nobody ever has to spend the night hungry. And I'm happy to say that there was not a single starvation death across the length and breadth of the country. It could be the remotest corner of the country at the borders. Almost 620 million people are entitled to free health care. Obamacare had failed. Our Ayushman Bharat mission has succeeded.
We'll now take another short break. Stay tuned.
HIV can infect anyone, including children. A woman with HIV can spread it to her baby during pregnancy, delivery, or breastfeeding.
तेरह जनवरी पौष पूर्णिमा से 26 फरवरी महाशिवरात्रि तक महाकुंभ 2025 का साक्षी बन रहा है प्रयागराज का संगम तट। 45 दिनों तक चलने वाले पृथ्वी के सबसे बड़े मानव समागम में करोड़ों श्रद्धालु पुण्य की डुबकी लगाकर बन रहे हैं सांस्कृतिक एकता के सहभागी। यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के मार्गदर्शन और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के कुशल नेतृत्व से महाकुंभ बना है दिव्य, भव्य, डिजिटल। कुंभ सहायक चैटबॉट ने 11 भाषाओं में हर सेवा की जानकारी देकर एकता के महासंगम को बनाया है स्वच्छ, सुरक्षित, सुव्यवस्थित। नए घाट, रिवर फ्रंट रोड, पांटून पुल, फ्लाईओवर, चमचमाती सड़कें, पार्किंग, हजारों बस और ट्रेन, नवीन एयरपोर्ट टर्मिनल, आधुनिक टेंट सिटी जैसी सुविधाओं से पुण्य स्नान हुआ है आसान। महाकुंभ का है अटल संदेश, एकजुट हो अपना देश।
United States President Donald Trump said on Monday that Israel would end the ceasefire in Gaza and resume military action if all hostages are not released by the end of the week. Times of Israel reported, and this came after Hamas announced a delay in releasing hostages scheduled for Saturday. Speaking with the reporters, Trump said that Israel might choose to disregard his ultimatum and the Saturday noon deadline, adding that he might speak to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump's comments came hours after Hamas announced that it intended to delay the next release of Israeli hostages planned for Saturday until notice, in response to what it claimed were Israeli violations of the ongoing hostage ceasefire deal. Later, Hamas issued a statement claiming that there was still a chance for the planned release to proceed as originally scheduled. The group described the delay as warning to Israel, aimed at pressuring the country into fully honoring the terms of the ceasefire agreement.
Well, I would say this, and I'm going to let that be because that's Israel's decision, but as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out. I'd say they ought to be returned by 12 o'clock on Saturday, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips and drabs, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2. Saturday at 12 o'clock, and after that, I would say all hell is going to break out.
U.S. Ambassador Dorothy Shea charged DFS and interim on Monday emphasized Donald Trump administration's commitment to countering ISIS and other terrorist groups globally, including the growing threat in regions like Afghanistan and Pakistan. Highlighting recent actions such as precision airstrikes against ISIS in Somalia, Shea underlined the U.S. readiness to eliminate terrorists. She also addressed the significant threat posed by ISIS in Africa, particularly in the Sahel. While delivering remarks at UN Security Council briefing on threats to international peace and security by terrorist acts on Monday, Shea said countering ISIS and other terrorist groups around the world is a top priority for the Trump administration. President Trump has already taken decisive action in conjunction with the Somali government by directing precision airstrikes against ISIS in Somalia on February 1st. Speaking about Syria, Shea further said that the U.S. is closely watching the situation in Syria as it wants stability and security in the region.
Significant global threat. We remain concerned about ISIS-K's capabilities to plot and conduct attacks, as well as sustained recruitment campaigns, particularly in Afghanistan and Pakistan. We are also watching closely the situation in Syria. The United States wants stability.
India is considering reducing tariffs on more than 30 items and increasing its purchases of U.S. defense and energy products to prevent higher reciprocal tariffs from the United States, according to a report by Nomura. The report highlights that the country has been working to avoid trade disputes with the U.S. In its recent union budget, the government reduced import duties on a range of products, including electronics, textiles, and high-end motorcycles. Additionally, India has taken steps to strengthen diplomatic ties with the U.S., such as agreeing to repatriate over 100 illegal Indian immigrants. Now, India is considering further tariff reductions on luxury vehicles, solar cells, and chemicals as part of its strategy to maintain smooth trade relations. Nomura said India is considering reducing tariffs on over 30 items, preparing to increase purchases of U.S. defense and energy. The report also stated that if India does not reduce higher tariffs on American goods, the U.S. may respond with similar duties on Indian exports. The report pointed out that India has relatively higher tariff rates compared to other countries, making it vulnerable to U.S. retaliatory measures. The U.S. is India's largest export destination, accounting for approximately 18% of its total exports, which amounted to about 2.2% of India's GDP in fiscal year 24. India's trade surplus with the U.S. has been rising in recent years, reaching nearly $38 billion in 2024. Key Indian exports to the U.S. include industrial machinery, gems and jewelries, pharmaceutical, fuels, iron and steel, textiles, vehicles and chemicals. Trump has previously called India the tariff king and has emphasized the need for India to buy more American-made security equipment. And in recent discussions with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has pushed for a fair bilateral trading relationship. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting with President Trump on Friday is Washington expected to discuss tariffs and trade. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates and keep watching Hornbill TV.